Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm back for another cooking episode. Like what I said on my previous videos, we'll be exploring some other dishes as well, not just like the Filipino dish. So today will be one of those days. So we're gonna be cooking Mongolian beef for this cooking show, guys. So Mongolian beef is that one dish that you always find on like Chinese restaurant, like like Panda Express. You always gonna see it in there, and it's probably like one of those favorite dish you'll find out there. And this dish, guys, not only it's like simple, but it's full of flavoring. So yes, so that's what we're gonna be cooking. And this dish, it actually originated from Taiwan, but like what I said, you'll find it on a lot of Chinese restaurant whenever you eat there. So like always, we're gonna go through our ingredients, guys, and then we'll go in the process of cooking this simple but delicious dish. Let's do it. All right, guys. This is my ingredients on how I cook this delicious dish from Taiwan, Mongolian beef. So I'm gonna start with the meat. So what I'm using here, guys, is I'm using a bottom round, and I just kind of like cut it kind of like thinly, like a quarter size cuts in there. And then I know like if you look at like online, and what people will mostly say is you have to use part of the beef that's like easy to tenderize. Like we're talking about like steak cuts, like sirloin, and maybe like the flank meat of the beef. But on mine, I usually just use the bottom round, guys, and this one works fine as well every time I cook this dish. And then we'll start with our vegetables. I have a green onions here. I also have a finely minced garlic. So this is the only time I probably mince like garlic, guys, is whenever I'm cooking like other dishes, like mostly like Chinese dishes, particularly this one. And then I also have a minced ginger here. And then I have finely chopped onions. And then I also have a dried parsley leaves here, just for like fragrance. And then we also have water. And then I also have like a big bouillon for like extra flavoring. We're also gonna be using extra, I mean not extra, but a little bit of Nor liquid seasoning. I just love the combination of this one with the soy sauce, so we're gonna be using a little bit of this, but this one is optional if you guys don't have it. And then we're also gonna be using a cornstarch to powder our beef, because this one, guys, it's a I would say like natural tenderizer. That's why people they use this one whenever they're what do you call it, cooking this particular dish. So that's all the ingredients, guys. Now we're gonna go in the process of like what I said, powdering our beef just with cornstarch, and then we're gonna go ahead and fry it from there, and then we're gonna create the sauce after that. So let's go move on with the next process, guys. All right, guys, this is how are we gonna powder our beef. So we're gonna dredge it. This is just like plain cornstarch here, guys, the one I have here. So this is just a plain cornstarch. Like what I said, they use this one because it's a natural tenderizer for meat. So we're gonna dredge it here, and then we're gonna shake it to remove the excess in there. So just like this. I don't know if you guys can see it. And this will also help thicken our sauce like later on, guys. So we're just gonna keep doing this one. And then I'll do one more, guys, and then we'll be back with the rest of the process of cooking this. I just want to show it to you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys got the idea now. So just like that. So like what I said, I'll be back on the next process of cooking this Mongolian dish. All right, guys. Back on our dish. Like what I said, we did dredge the meat on the cornstarch, And now we're gonna do a what they call it, like a flash frying. This one's gonna be like a quick frying, guys, just to kind of like cook it in a way. So maybe like I'll say like maybe like this one only gonna take like a couple minutes. So, and don't try to overcrowd the wok or pan that you guys are using. So maybe like a couple minutes on each side. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, but after like a couple minutes, we're just gonna flip it. And then we're gonna do the rest. And then we'll start creating the sauce for this Mongolian dish. So we'll be back, guys. I'm just showing you guys on how I do the frying of the beef that I have here. Alright, guys, so back on our dish. We just finished frying the beef round that we have, guys. Now we're gonna create the sauce and finish up our Mongolian beef dish. Once you're done with the frying, guys, everything should be like streamlined from there, and should be like relatively a quick process. So I'll start with the ginger. So we're gonna do a quick sauteing, and then we're gonna followed by the garlic. We're gonna make them like lightly brown. I know some people, guys, they kind of like just want to boil everything together. Like they start with the sauce and then they put all the you know, the rest after that. But me, I love to like what do you call it, do it this way, because I feel like it brings a lot more of the flavor of the ginger and garlic and the onion. That's just my opinion, but you guys can do it either way. I think it will work. And then we can do like a high heat, but you know, you just have to keep an eye on it just to make sure we're not gonna overburn the especially the garlic, because we don't like the bitterness out of it. And then this should be good. I see kind of like turning it to like kind of brownish color. That should be good indication right there. And then I'll put in the onion. Make it translucent. And then we can add the water. It's probably like a 3/4 of a cup right here. So we're gonna add water. Then I'm gonna add my beef bouillon in there, just for like flavoring. And then I also have a 1/4 of a cup soy sauce here. If you guys have the light version, I would say like double this amount. But since I'm using the actual soy sauce, I'm just gonna use a 1/4. So that's a 1/4 there. And like I said, I'm also going to be using a little bit of the Knorr seasoning. Should be good. And then we can add our sugar, brown sugar. We're just gonna put it to boil. And then we can give it like a quick taste. Yeah, that's where we wanted it. And then we can add our the steak or the beef that we just pre-cooked earlier. So I'm just gonna put everything in there. Then I'm gonna put this one at low heat, and then I'm gonna put it to kind of like boil, guys. In that way, we can incorporate all the flavoring of the beef and some of the vegetable that we just put in there. And then I will be back with the green onion and then the dried parsley, and then I should do our and then of course we're gonna do a final test. I mean the tasting, and then that should do our Mongolian beef. All right, back on our dish. Like what I said, I was gonna put it to boil. I'll probably like put it to boil for maybe like for like 10 minutes there, just to kind of like get all the flavoring together. And then like what I mentioned earlier, the cornstarch that we used to what do you call it, powder the meat earlier, that should help thicken, and then that should also help get the consistency that we're looking whenever we're cooking some of this Chinese or Taiwanese dishes. So from here we can add our like what I said, I was gonna put like dried parsley. This one is optional. I just love the flavor that the parsley brings on the dish. And then we're also gonna be adding our onion leaves or green onions on our dish. And then we're just gonna mix it all together. to make sure we get all the flavoring there again, since we just added our final ingredients. Then we'll do like a final taste, like what I said. Yeah. And then you guys can add a little bit of salt if you guys want to. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt in there. Then that should do our Mongolian dish, guys. Alright guys, so that's gonna do our episode for tonight. I'll say tonight because it's already like almost nighttime here. And like what I said guys, that was relatively easy. So yeah, we're gonna do more of other like also like cultural dishes or other dishes besides like Filipino dish, but we're gonna do the easy one first, because that's what I love to do, especially if you're like a busy you know, parent like me. You just want to go home and then, you know, do like a quick you know, like a dish from there. But like once again guys, there's plenty more. We're not even done with the Filipino dishes yet, but we're kind of like jumping to other dishes, and that way you guys can see some other dishes that are, you know, easy to make as well. In that way you guys can also try this one if you guys haven't tried them yet. But like what I said guys, thank you again for all the support, for keeping you know, watching our videos, and hopefully in a way they're like a learning thing for you, or kind of like entertaining in a way when we're like out and about. But we'll definitely make more of these videos, and of course we're gonna upload them on our channel. But for now guys, I'll say good night, and I'll definitely see you guys on our next cooking show and the next time we're out and about. But for now, peace out. Thanks again guys.